Hey guys, and welcome back to Grounds Family Farm. So as you can see, we are back outside and it has finally stopped raining. A little drizzle here and there, but the main stuff is over and done, and we are so thankful because that was crazy. That was way too much rain. We don't need that much, and a lot of areas got flooded around here, so that really wasn't too cool. At least we are okay, our animals are okay and all that, and we didn't have any of the terrible tornadoes or any of that other kind of stuff. So many people did deal with all that, and that was crazy. But we figured we'd bring you out here and let you see how everybody's doing. And in a little bit, I was going to show you a clip of us driving over to the hunting property. We decided to drive out there because it does flood quite a bit from the river because it's so close to the river. And we were amazed at how high the water was. So I'll show you that in just a little while. But first, we're going to take you over here to the animals. And while we're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and show you some clips from the other night. We actually got to go see the circus. The circus came to our town, and the girls got to go with Kevin to the raising of the big top. And then I couldn't take any video of the actual performance, but I did take a ton of pictures. So I'm gonna insert those here while we head over to see the animals.
So the girls and I ran to town early because the circus is coming to town, and they had a special thing. If you were able to come in the morning, they were allowing everybody to watch the big tent go up and also get a tour to see all the animals and stuff like that. I'm kind of excited to see this because it's super windy out because we've got storms coming in, but they said unless a tornado happens, the show must go on. So we're fixing to get out, see what we can film, what all's going with that, and see if it's a challenge for them to get that tent up in this wind. Y'all excited?
Yes.
Yeah, we saw some ponies and horses and stuff staked out, so the girls are super excited about that, and they can't wait to see all the animals.
Our circus is called Culpeper in Meriwether Great Combines Circus. There are no Culpepers or Meriwethers in our show, and there haven't been. Hi, beautiful. So Delilah is what is called a golden tabby tiger. One of her parents. Most circus folks live in the campers all year round too, because we tour for 8 months. So even when we're off the road, if we're staying on family property or our own property, we tend to stay in our campers because they're our homes. Really. Here we go. Now the guys are going to start pushing the poles into place to raise the big top into the air. They try to work with the wind as much as possible, but sometimes it does shift on us. The very first set of poles they're pushing into place we call side poles. We call them the side poles because they're the poles on the side. Thank you. Circus terms are very straightforward on purpose. From Canada, all over the United States and Mexico. We actually have 3 spoken languages on this show, and lots of different cultural and educational backgrounds. Everything from GEDs to Ivy League degrees on this show. 80s until about 2007. Now when that act retired, we did try to replace it. We just couldn't afford anything better than was available. We did a tour without elephants. It went really well. Logistically, it's a lot easier down the road with 2 less semis in the show. Continue with this one. Elephants are not illegal anywhere. Some shows still have them. We see a lot of shrine dates for their private. We're going to put these large quarter poles in. They're 22 feet tall. They're going to work down one side of the big top first, back to the other side, and get back into the big center poles. Our big top is 110 feet long from our left to our right. It's 80 feet wide, straight across from us here, and it's going to be 30 feet tall when they're all done. You can comfortably seat 600 people in our seats alone. It's a nice little dog. It's not a friendly dog. My last dog, which is very good. lowers the edge of the big dot, which makes it easier to get the copper tension on these tie-down lines. It also allows you to hang the walls of the big dot without climbing up and down on a step ladder or stool every 10 feet. It's faster, more efficient, and a heck of a lot safer. Once they get the walls properly hung, they will shrink those side poles out, make the tip nice and crispy and even.
As you can see, that was a ton of fun and we had a blast. We were so thankful that we got the opportunity to go and that the storms held out long enough for us to be able to, because the first showing was actually canceled, which is the one we were actually going to go to. But it was raining so hard and coming down so quick that it was kind of flooding up under the tent, and then also the lightning was flashing around and those metal poles on the tent, we weren't real sure we wanted to be that close. Thankfully, it quit before the 7:30 show and we were able to go, and the girls just thought it was the greatest thing ever. Izzy won the coloring contest for her age group. Abby didn't want to join in. That was fine though. She still had a really great time and got to see some friends too. So that was really cool. But we are over here at the sheep and goat pen now. It's a little noisier than usual. I'm going to show you why. Hey, Snowflake, be nice. Sheepy and the white sheep that is the mother to the twins are back over here. It is time for Junior and the twin girls to be weaned, but the mamas are not terribly happy about it. They did just eat, so that's why everybody looks pretty content right now. But these mamas are probably going to be pretty noisy for a little bit because they're not real happy. The white one, I think, just now figured out that her baby's not over here with her. I don't think she quite got that at first because she really wasn't being too noisy, but Sheepy has been the whole time.
She's like, nah, baby.
They've got to establish their pecking order again, so some of them have been kind of not really super sweet to each other, but it's fine. They'll get over it. Junior's doing okay, though, and so are the twins. May not go over there right now because they're eating at the moment, but yeah, they're currently just pacing the pen. It's really sad during weaning time because when they do have to be separated, then I know it is kind of sad. When they have to be separated, it's not so fun for them, but it will all be over soon. What do you think about that, Blizzy? And this guy, he got in trouble.
Yeah.
He decided he was going to jump out both times that we opened the fence to let the mamas back in. He was being a stinker. But the crazy part is, I hollered at him. He looked at me and ran off. Ran straight to Abby. He loves his girls. He really does. The fence is on, so I wouldn't touch it. I had to turn it back on because Snowflake and Puppy were getting ready to test it.
So this is Sunshine and not Puppy.
Yeah.
The twins, basically.
Yeah, and Sunshine was stalking it, but the others were actually getting ready to test it. And I was not wanting to chase goats today. Puppy, you're not going to get out. Shoo shoo. Get down. Get down.
Get down. Get down.
I know, you're pretty friendly.
That is Fred.
But yeah, it's on, so you really don't want to do that.
She's like, okay.
Hey, Basco buddy. Hi, bud. What are you doing? I've had to dump this trough out I don't know how many times in the last few days to feed because it has been full every time I've come out here. Hopefully today's the last day for a few though. That's my hope. Yeah, I'm hoping so because I am ready for this to be over. Sheepy, I have a feeling it's going to be a noisy few days with you. It's going to be a noisy few days with you. And I'm glad we haven't shorn them yet because of this cold snap. I don't think we're supposed to have very much of it, but still, with these temps in the 40s, it's a good thing that they have a little more hair on them right now. Oh, you got a boo?
Yeah, Abu loves animals.
Yeah,
He's not gonna get you.
the boo is so sweet. Aw. We'll go down here and see some of the others. All right, here's the dairy goats. I didn't dump out that pan today because I filled up the other two and they were eating very nicely together. I'll dump it out tomorrow and do another. Y'all are shedding. We're going to have to get those brushes down here and brush y'all some more. Yeah, Olympia, you look pretty rough, darling. Johnny, you do too.
Johnny.
Hi, buddy. What are we doing? What are we doing, sweet boy? Yeah, they got a little more grass growing in their pen than they did. I guess the rain kind of started that some. And let's go over here and we'll go see Cookie. They're not really too interested in us except for Johnny because they have their food. So we have been feeding grain in smaller bits of square hay here lately because with them, with everything being wet, their hay bale had gotten pretty soaked. So we've been just feeding in smaller quantities, but making sure that they've got plenty to eat. Here's Cookie. Hey, buddy. Hey, Cookie buddy. Hey, sweet boy. He's too interested in that kitty cat. You interested in the kitty cat? Come on, Cookie. Come see me. It won't be too long and you'll be able to go in a big pen with some other animals.
Yeah, he's gonna enjoy that.
Yeah, you're still so little, though. You're still such a little guy. You're not going to come say hi? He's faring pretty good. His little shelter over there has been doing well for him, and he's got grass growing in his pen, too. Yeah, we actually were originally going to go ahead and try to move the goats fence around to where it encompassed this whole grassy area over here this weekend. Well, then the rain hit, and I figured maybe they were just way overstating it. No, they weren't. So we actually did get multiple days worth of rain and haven't been able to do all of the projects outside that we need to do. So we've got some catching up to do. So like, look at this grass. Look how thick that is, which the goats are going to love that when they finally get out here. But there's a few places on this fence that need to actually be fixed before we can do that. So we're going to have to take care of that. Guys, y'all seriously just ate. Yeah, I don't get what y'all are doing, but everybody's coming to say hi. Everybody's coming to say hi. Where's Spock? There he is. And I don't understand why these donkeys were all standing out in the rain during this heavy stuff. They just were, though, and he was like, his little tuft of hair that he has on the front was just pasted down to his head.
It was hilarious.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
but he wouldn't get out of the rain, so I don't really know what to do whenever they won't get out of the rain. They know what they need, though. Nature takes over. But look at that old pond area out there. See how much water is in it. Like I said, over here we didn't have it's not near as deep as it is in other areas, like on the hunting property. It's definitely soggy out there in the pasture, but thankfully our ground is a little more elevated, so it's not too bad. But yeah, the grass is coming up really, really nicely, and it has turned out really, really green with all that rain. Following Abby back and forth. And we've been on baby watch because we figured if anything was going to happen, Pancakes was going to wind up having the baby during the middle of all this, but she is still round as can be, big as a barn. So don't know when to expect that, but I still don't think it's going to be all that long. All right, well, we're going to go away because, Betty, you're being obnoxious right now. You really are.
she's like, what?
We're going to go see the cows.
Yay!
We did just feed everybody, so they're content. The ones that are hollering are mamas and babies. They're just really noisy because, obviously, they miss each other now. The babies didn't miss their mamas until they got their bellies full, so it'll be okay. It'll just probably last a few days or a week, but that's the heartbreaking part, is whenever they are weaning like that. Hi, guys. Hi, babies. What's up? How are we? How are we doing? Yeah? Hi. We still haven't completely settled on the names, but... Oh, where are you going? Hey, buddy. Hey, little miss. Hey, sweetie. You come see me? Yeah. Yeah, hi. You are precious. You are precious. So sweet. Yeah. You like the pets? You like getting loved on? You're beautiful. You're beautiful. Yeah, I'm so glad to see you. Been coming out here and feeding them, but I haven't actually been able to come out and love on them for the last little bit. Oh yeah, she does like her head being rubbed, so. Oh my goodness. Yeah. You love being loved on, don't you, baby? Hey. Yeah. Hey, girlfriend. Hey, girlfriend. You'll come around too. They want to see what that thing is you're holding. They're very interested in the kitty cat.
It's a boo. She's black and she's beautiful.
And she's not real keen on them. Oh, well, maybe. Got a friendship brew in there? Okay, well, I'm gonna get on out of here. I know I've got an entourage now. But I'm going to take you around back and show you what happened during the first round of strong wind that we had the other day, because it was pretty unexpected. So the first day that the rain came in, wind preceded it. And look what happened. So Kevin had taken the girls down to go see the big top be set up. And they were down there for that. I had noticed before, and I told him before, that a couple of the bars looked like they were a little bit loose. So he came out and checked, and everything was still attached at that point. No big deal. I get a text almost my lunch break while I was at work, and he was like, all the peacocks are out. And I went, are you kidding me? Or I guess all but one. And so I was about to text back and offer to come home at lunch, us just get out here and go put them up and, you know, take care of it. But thankfully, Kevin and the girls were able to get them all put back. They were still hanging around here and they were able to put them in with the other ones. But it's just crazy, the damage. Because look at that. Like that bar right there, it broke completely off at the top. Broke off down here. There. This top bar caved in. It's crazy. I'm just really thankful that no peacocks were harmed with all this, and definitely would not recommend this type of pen for anyone, because I mean, now it is of no use to us at all. I'm just, like I said, I'm really just glad that all the peacocks are fine and nobody was injured, because that could have been really, really bad. Could have been terrible, especially if they'd flown off because they got scared by the wind or anything like that. But this is the only damage that we truly had from the storms that came through, and I'm thankful that that is all that it was. So yeah, overall you can tell that everything is greened up a lot, but everywhere there's still a lot of water. There's just been so much rain. I'm just thankful that we live up on a hill, so we don't have very much standing water other than in the low spots. But our next thing we are going to have to get busy on is this area here, because we moved it over here and then had to go back to normal working hours and everything. And then the rain hit. So we weren't able to get this done. That should be done now, and we'll be able to get this run built very, very, very soon. Obviously, since we had the issue with the peacock pen, now one of the things we're going to have to build ASAP after we get this run done is a new peacock enclosure, which was in the cards anyway, but that just got kicked into high gear because, I mean, when their shelter gets destroyed and they're having to be in a little more cramped quarters, you're definitely going to have to, you know, move quickly to get them in something a little bit bigger. I'm just thankful we did have the other shelter for them to be in, and they're all getting along well, so that's really helpful as well, because that's always a fear whenever you have some that haven't been together very much, that, oh, maybe they won't get along or whatever, but they're actually doing really, really well together. We have a couple of the other males separated into another tractor that we have because it has a little more space. That way they're not every single one of them in that old dog pen, but they're hanging in there fine, and the peacocks are still laying an egg every other day. So I don't know which one's laying right now, but eventually maybe we'll find out. But hey, an egg every other day, that's not too shabby, especially since we weren't sure when they were or if they were going to start laying this year. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, so we're going to have the chicken run out here, and then the peacock enclosure will either be over here or on this side. Not really sure which one yet, but we did go ahead and buy the lumber and everything for the chicken run, at least most of it. So that's really good. And we should be able to get started on that this week and hopefully make some progress in the next few videos on that. Take you over here to this fence and I'll kind of show you how the water was over here. Because, I mean, you can tell, I mean, you know, from us going out there and taking you out there with this whole area back there, I mean, it's pretty hilly, but there are some dips and low spots. And that area right back there was completely covered in water, just like yesterday when I looked out. Thankfully, things are drying up some, so it's definitely not as wet as it was, but it's just crazy how much water was just literally everywhere. I will say, though, I'm really glad that he decided not to till up our spot where we're going to have the potatoes because it would have been like a week and a half before we could have planted if it had gotten tilled up and then rained on this much. That would have been a mucky mess. Thankfully, where it's at, it's not on a super low spot, so it should dry out pretty well, and maybe he can get down there with the tractor, I don't know, in a few days, and maybe we can go and get those potatoes in the ground as long as we're not supposed to have this kind of rain anymore. But it's wild, because we were really hoping to be able to go ahead and put those in and not be late, but it seems like this always happens about this time of year. We get, you know, some nice days and we're like, oh cool, we're gonna be able to plant our potatoes, and then marshmallow, really? And then we have to wait a little while longer because the rain hits and we're always worried about this or worried about potatoes rotting or something of that nature. It's just kind of how things go around here, it seems. What are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? He just keeps running around between my legs when I'm trying to walk. About tripped me a minute ago. Yeah. Hey, sweet boy. Hey, sweet boy. You are precious. You really are. But I really don't want to be tripped up by you. I really don't. Yeah. Yeah, sweet thing. Future potato spot down there, as you can see. It's nice and green, but no standing water because it is on the higher portion of that field. So that's a really good thing. So like I said, hopefully just a few more days and we'll be able to start tilling it up and getting it ready to plant some potatoes. But like I mentioned just a little bit ago, it is really cold out here. I mean, I say really cold, it's in the 40s, but that's really cold after it's been 60s, 70s, 80s here lately. So I think I need to go back in and warm up because after we took our little trip out to the hunting property, I haven't actually been inside to sit down and warm up yet. I decided I'd bring you around and kind of show you how everybody's doing since we just got done with chores and all that. And so yeah, I need to go warm up. But before I end this, I'm going to go ahead and insert some of that footage from when we went over to the hunting property just a little bit ago, show you how much water we had because that was crazy. I don't think I've ever been over there when it's been flooded like that, which Kevin's seen it many times because he grew up around here. But it was just insane to me how much water that was. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in right here.
This grass is pretty.
So I was going to say it's pretty and green now.
Okay, you can see over here all the dirt and mud along the vegetation on top of the grass.
Uh-huh.
That's where the water was over it.
Oh, goodness. It's crazy.
Yeah, like that was all underwater. We'll see if this low field's still flooded. It may have dropped because it was covered too.
It dropped quick then.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was just because we got so much rain so quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's already off the field. Well, there's a little. Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, it was all the way out up to here. It was all the way over that field too earlier.
Wow.
But yeah, if you look how high it was up,
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's dropped a bunch. Several. Well, you can look out there and see how many feet it's dropped.
That is wild. That is crazy. Yeah, there's no way we could.
Yeah, well, you can see like that. That's the river up to this level.
Yeah.
So crazy, but whenever, like I said before, you can see this grass here is dirty. The water was up here before. Like this whole bottom part was flooded. Whenever I looked at it yesterday, 'cause you could see it from the road.
Wow.
I mean, well, you can see the dirt on the trees too. We'll go around over there. We might be able to see up the thing. I figure our camera is underwater that's on this low part.
Oh, probably, yeah. Be replacing that this next year.
Well, it might be sealed good enough. We'll know if
Yeah,
it's a
we'll
good
find
camera
out.
or not. But yeah. If we'd have brought a fishing pole, we could see if there's any fish up in here.
I saw something big.
Yeah,
a minute
there's
ago.
something over there.
Yeah.
But I wish we'd have had a fishing pole.
Yeah.
Because they might have come here to eat this good grass. Oh, goodness.
Look at that.
Oh, no, no, no.
Uh-oh.
I was not expecting that to be that deep. The grass is tall here.
Yeah.
I started going, it just kept getting deeper and deeper.
Yeah. That's insane.
Yeah. Yeah, I just thought we were on the ground. I didn't realize that was water.
Yeah. I didn't know. Oh my, it's flowing.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think this is high ground right here.
It looks like. Let's hope.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
But yeah, that's the river there that we've showed y'all before.
Yep.
And you can see how much it's flowing, but yeah. It didn't cover to the top of the island, so the island stayed dry because you can see the green on top where the water stopped. So our feeder and stuff should still be up there.
That's crazy that is the top of it.
Yeah.
You can like see the level. I mean, it barely didn't make it all the way up to the island.
Yeah, because we got, I don't know, like 10 or 11 inches of rain. Like, it came hard and fast over a few, like 3 days.
Yeah.
Is when we got the bulk of it. But
yeah, this is wild.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit before, which I want to know what that is. There's something out there. I do. It probably is a fish, but
A fish?
It's very large,
we
whatever
don't
it
have
is.
a pole.
It's an alligator.
Hope not. We'll just have to keep watching, make sure I don't start going in deep water.
Yep.
Yeah, no, this is water right here. Yeah, we're in standing water now.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's in a deep spot.
But yeah, at least it didn't
Oh, there it is again.
push.
Oh,
Oh, that is a fish.
that is a fish.
Oh, man.
It's huge too.
Yeah. If the water would drain out and leave it stuck here, we'll catch it.
Wonder what that is.
I don't know, but
It's massive.
it's way too deep to go, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I don't know how deep that is right there.
I don't either.
Like, I can see the grass, but like if we had on waders, we could probably go.
Yeah.
I could probably walk, but
Yeah.
if we had a little boat, we'd go out there and just catch it.
That's what I said. If we had a little kayak or
It's having a good time though, whatever it
It
is.
is right at the surface, though.
Yeah.
something.
Probably a lot of bugs right there at the top.
Whoa.
I need some new muck boots that don't leak before I
I don't.
try to wade out in any water.
Yeah, you'd be up to your waist though out there.
I really want to know what kind of fish that is.
I know.
It's called a snake fish.
If you have any idea what kind of fish does that, leave it in the comments.
Yep. That's pretty cool.
I mean, I really don't know.
Mm-mm.
I think we can probably get down here and see it better. We're down here to the high ground.
See how high that was.
Yeah. It wasn't far from the bottom of the bridge whenever I looked last night.
Wow.
We still had a little bit, but it was close.
Yeah.
But as the ground gets higher, you can see it's a lot lower on the
Yeah.
trees.
Yep.
Yeah. Flowing pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think the girls have abandoned me. Izzy would come out for a little bit and she was going to come video and walk around with us, but then she got too cold and I think she took Abby back in with her. So they're inside warming up and I'm about to be too because it is really, really cold. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe and we will catch you next time on Grounds Family Farm. Bye guys.